We have a farm in between Khan Yunis and Rafah. This farm is literally 500 meters away from the Israeli borders. For these reasons, my father, my whole family is well known to the IDF. We had this farm there for 14 years now. So because of the proximity, the family, the identity of everyone there is well known. Even my phone number, when I was going to Middlebury, my dorm room number was known to the IDF, just to give you an example. So on January the 16th, it was a Friday, my father, Muhammad, he's 64, and my two brothers, Kassab, who's 28, he's an architect, and Ibrahim, who's 17, a freshman in college. They spent the previous night at the farm, and then on Friday they were going to head back to our home in Khan Yunis. They waited for the daily lull to start. On that date was announced to have started to be between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So they waited until more than halfway through it to make sure everything is clear. They got into the car around 12:30. They started driving, and on one of the main roads in the area, they were surprised to see an Israeli tank on the side of the road. They were shocked because there were no hostilities in the area. They were perplexed for the second, but the soldiers at the tank waved for them to pass. So they kept driving for another about 50 meters, and then all of a sudden, without any warning, Israeli soldiers who were occupying a civilian house on the side of the road opened fire on them. The soldiers kept shooting for over 2 minutes to make sure everyone in the car has been hit. They opened fire without a warning and targeting the individuals. Over 25 bullets went through the windshield alone. And then they started shouting at them with a foul language to get out of the car. When they got out, my father was hit in his arm, Ibrahim was hit in his left leg, just under the knee, and Kassab got out of the car. He wasn't hit, and then he stumbled and fell on the ground. So it looked like he was hit. Ibrahim also was hit only after he got out of the car. They were pinned to the ground. They were not allowed to move. So my father and Ibrahim were on one side of the car, and Kassab was on the other side. They weren't even allowed to see what happened to him. They tried to call an ambulance, but the soldiers initially prevented them from doing so, and then they managed to do that. And then when they called, the dispatcher told them, the Palestinian Red Crescent dispatcher told them, this area is now controlled by the IDF. We cannot send an ambulance there. Only the Red Cross could send an ambulance there, and we will contact them to arrange for that. Also, my uncle, who was in Khan Yunis, called my father. He was shocked to learn about what happened, managed to get an ambulance to go there. But once the ambulance approached the area, the soldiers told them to go back or they will open fire at them. And the ambulance driver told my uncle, can't risk it, already over 14 ambulance and drivers and medics have been shot in the past 3 weeks. So